Hello, this is David Everist, and I'm sharing a link to a petition for pardon for me and for President Trump from We the People. It's on the website there that's out of the White House. In fact, President Trump and the White House gave me that idea because they had it in there when Barack Obama created it. He used it for a different purpose, but Donald Trump is using it the way it should be used. It's for people that have grievances against the United States over policy regulation of federal agencies that where they abuse people, courts rubber stamp it, and you can't get any justice. In my case, mine's over the mining law. And the mining law is actually the covenants of the grant, of the trust. If you or I were going to write a trust, we'd write it by contract, by agreement. The person granting the trust, the grantor. In this case, it was Congress that granted us the mineral estate. It's called the locatable mineral deposits. They're now known as the General Mining Laws of the United States of 1872. This is a trust because the United States government no longer owns the locatable mineral deposits. They gave them away to American citizens to go out, explore, find, and develop. And if you can prove it, they're supposed to give you a patent. Now, the patent portions of this have not gone away. They just don't fund it anymore so that, because Clinton got rid of the funding. President Clinton got rid of the funding back in the 80s. He tried to do a moratorium, but he couldn't do a moratorium because the law doesn't allow for a moratorium. It doesn't really allow, there's only certain circumstances they can withdraw it. Environmental reasons ain't it. Hydroelectric dam, that would do it, or a military base could do it. But that's about it. And they would have to compensate you for the minerals in the ground by a takings. This falls under the property rights, under the right of property ownership under the Constitution. So I would ask we the people to support me by signing my petition. The link is, I put the link in here. You should be able to click on it, go straight to the petition, sign it, and share it, if you would, please. And, yeah, I don't have many signatures, and it's been out for a couple of weeks, but it'll still be counting even after the 30 days, because the government has 60 days to respond to it. And that means the president with an answer. So if I can get the signatures on it to show wide support for property rights, that would be great if we, the people that own property, would help another man enforce his property rights. Remember, you need to look this up. The mineral rights is the dominant estate. All other property estates are below the dominant estate, which is the mining grant. And this is called split estates. You can have an agricultural property, and you can have a mineral estate property, and you can have two different owners, not the same owner. It goes by at the time of grant. So if you get the dominant estate, you get it all. You get surface rights. If it's a hard rock, you get the hard rock rights. And hard rock is separate from the surface estate. So either you have this surface estate or you don't. You may have the right to live on it, like say if you live in a city, but it doesn't mean you have surface rights, especially if you own a condominium. You don't own the surface rights. you own a portion of an apartment. It's the building. It's not the surface rights. What the building sets on. And that's why these homeowners associations that actually own it, or property owners associations, actually own those rights. And that's part of your rent because you're paying for the building to set on it. That's why you have monthly fees. If you actually own the surface rights, and you have them in from the original grant, then you own them. Nobody else does. And that comes from the mining law or the covenants of the mining trust. So I'm going to cut this off and get it out. Have a good day. And I may do another one of these in a little while. Depends on my batteries on my phone. Have a good day and talk to you later.